Now, card number 2 for us this evening is a little different and a bit more inky. So I will bring in the next one for you. So this is the next one. Okay, I promised you 2 cards this evening because I was absent, missing in action on Sunday. So I keep my promise, but I am just going to have a slurp of my tea. So I've used the same colours on this. This is Cajun Craze. This is Cinnamon Cider, which is one of our new in colours. This is Mossy Meadow. This is Crushed Curry. And this is Old Olive, believe it or not. So we've got a little bit of layering there, a bit more embossing, and some more of this In Good Taste paper, but a different pattern. So for this card we will need a bit of scrap Whisper White, and we're going to do some stamping first. So because this is a photopolymer stamp set, and by photopolymer I mean that it's see-through, it's always best to use a Stampin pierce mat, because that just gives you a little bit more give when you are stamping, pushing down. Okay, and let's start with a bit of stamping. I'm just going to move my camera out. Okay, so we'll start with a bit of Cajun Craze. So Cajun Craze is our big leaf, and you can actually see the distinctive pattern on that image. So if you push down, you will see the ink move. Just push down nice and firmly, and then when you lift off you get that real lovely detail on your stamp. Now that's Cajun Craze, but it will dry a lot lighter. And then the next one will have a bit of Mossy Meadow. So Mossy Meadow is our, I'd say this is a leaf shape. Leaf. Put this one down here. Okay, push down nice and firm. Try not to wiggle it, and then lift off. We'll have some crushed curry with this lovely little leaf. Like so. And then we want some Old Olive with this little heart-shaped leaf. I think it's really pretty. Like so. And then the last one we need is Cinnamon Cider. Where are you, Cinnamon? Here you are. Cinnamon is this leaf here. So the stamps are equally as beautiful. It is one of those sets though that you could either just have the stamp set and be fine and fussy cut, or you could just have the dies, because this one obviously we haven't used any of the images from the leaf images, so the dies look fab on their own. Or if you have it with the stamp set, we're going to get a different kind of look in a moment. So we're going to bring back in our dies, and this we're going to do it slightly different. So we're going to line up our stitched first, and then we are going to put on our edge, and then holding it all in place you're going to stick that down. Okay, so we're going to do that to all of them, and this is why I've stamped onto a little bit of card, because this will all run through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in one go. So this does take a little bit of patience, but it's worth it. I think this large leaf is my favourite. It definitely feels the most autumnal for me. We want this one, and this one. excuse me if I'm a little bit quiet, I'm just concentrating. Washi tape stuck to my finger. Oh no, look. That's it. And then the last one is this little heart-shaped leaf, which is so cute. Okay, so we have our leaves now. I'm just going to bring in my die cutting machine, and then what we are going to do is we are going to pop these on here like so. Just give them a double check to make sure they haven't moved, and then run that through like so. Oh, apologies if the camera shakes. Ta-da! So if I raise these up to the camera for you, you'll see that they have got the stitching on as well. And we've got that lovely white layer, white edge as well, which is lovely. So there's that one. Really pretty. This one. And then one of them is still stuck to my sheet. So there we have the big green one. Okay. Now whilst I'm here, I'm going to cut out another die. So I have used these two dies. These are the layering circle dies. So I'm going to cut one out from Basic Black. And the white one I'm going to wait another moment, do it shortly. Okay. So we have our leaves. Now I want a scrap of Whisper White. Thick Whisper White, we don't want thick, we want thin. Here we go. So we're now going to use this die. So this die is smaller than that one in there, and we want a pencil. So I'm going to just draw around it. Now I'm drawing around the edge that so you won't see this because the piece that it cuts is inside. Okay, so what we're now going to do is we're going to layer on our pieces of leaves so that it overhangs the edge. So this is a bit like the press and seal, but we're cutting a corner. So we'll have that one there like so, and then we'll pop the green one on like there. We may not get all, oh we will, that's fine. You want to try and do it so that enough of the edges are covered. I'm actually going to put that in there. And then this one we're going to pop on there. And then these last ones will go in here. You're all still hanging in there, you've not nodded off yet. And then this last one there like so. so none of them are overlapping each other, but they do overlap the edges. Now we're going to bring this die back in and we're going to line it up roughly where it was. And we're going to add just a little bit of washi to hold it in place like so. Okay, now I've just realised this won't fit through my die machine, so I'm just going to cut this off like so. Can't pick it up tonight. There we have it. So let's bring in the cut and emboss machine, lay this on, and then we're going to wheel it through. So the pressure that goes through the middle, I'm just going to turn that diagonally. The pressure that goes through when it goes through the middle, it will just squash those dimensionals down. So it's quite easy to go through. And I will show you what it looks like. You'll end up with something that looks like that. Okay, so the die is obviously cut out. That was our pencil line, so you don't need to worry too much about what's going to happen to that pencil line if you're going to see it, because you won't see it. Now what we can do is we can attach this to our scalloped square with a bit of Tombow. Just put that in the middle, so you only see a little bit of scallop, but it just lifts it, I think, like so. And then we can bring in all the pieces we need for our card. So again, we are starting with a C6 card base, like so, and we have a piece of the DSP onto the front. Now because it's going onto white, I'm not too worried about that white edge. If it was going onto a dark colour, then I would definitely repeat the sponge daubering with it. And then now our lovely piece is going to go on like so, and I'm going to pop that on with some dimensionals as well. I'm using mini ones because I've run out of normal size. They're coming in my delivery tomorrow. So how did we have that? We had that like that, didn't we? So just pop that on so it's in the top half of the card like so, and then we're going to do a little bit more heat embossing. So we need our little embossing buddy, like so, and then we're going to stamp the word thank you. Like so. And then this time we're going to add gold embossing. Don't often do metallic embossing, but I do love it. And this you will see, so it looks quite dull, doesn't it? You can't really see it. So you'll see this change, the effect of this changing a lot more. And there we have it. A lovely little gold embossed sentiment, and I'm just going to cut that into a banner. Like so. And then I'm going to add that to our card there. So it's quite a subtle sentiment, but I wanted all the focus to be on that lovely 3D'd area. And then for inside we have, yes we do have, I have got a piece of basic black. That's not been cut very well, is it? Look at that. So let's just change that. Let's just snip off a bit. So I'm just doing this by eye. A little bit more. Let's see what happens now. That looks good. And we're just going to stick that on. Like so, and then add a little bit of glue, and then that can go inside our card, like so. So there we have our second card of the evening. For those of you that joined halfway